Guess what? It's 3:29 a.m. over here in the West Coast, and now I'm live. I'm live to watch Brazil and Japan, and I'm actually excited for this game. You know, it's gonna be something nice to see. Well, as always, I'll be watching the game and doing my notes, which I should start doing by now. I would just write down friendly because it's a friendly game. Friendly, and then I write down Japan and Brazil. Yep. Right now, the teams are singing their anthems and all the national stuff, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna be completely biased today, as always. When I having to watch either Brazil, Seattle Sounders, or Atletico Madrid, I'll be biased. So, yeah, today's for Brazil. Let's go. We already watched Brazil and South Korea, and Brazil won 4-0. If I'm not mistaken. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. It was 5-0. Yeah, 5-0. It was too many goals. Sorry, I forgot. And I've been watching too many games. Too many games. So I'll share over here with you guys the lineups. Well, starting with Brazil, we got Hugo Souza, who plays for Corinthians. He's a pretty good goalkeeper, very efficient. I'd say he's hella tall, hella tall. He's a great goalkeeper for penalties. Got Paulo Henrique from Vasco. I don't know him much. He plays for Vasco. I know he's hella quick and he got like good crossing, good support, good defensive support as well. You got Fabrício Bruno, which is the fastest center back alive. He's pretty good. Got Beraldo from PSG. You guys know him probably better than the other three guys that I just said. Plays as a left back and as a center back. Started at São Paulo. Is a pretty decent defender. I thought he would be better at this point in his career, but unfortunately, he didn't have as many chances as I thought he would have at PSG. And PSG just improved a lot as well, so he kind of didn't have a chance. Carlos Augusto is a left back. Interesting. Bruno Guimarães and Casemiro starters as always. Luis Enrique, which is a fantastic winger. He's gonna cook. I think he's gonna score. Lucas Paqueta, Vini Jr. starter, and Gabriel Martinelli. I like to see this front three or this front four right here because it's pretty interesting to see how the dynamic will work. And by the way, let me take a peek on the live stream where just to see the freaking audio and all that. Well, the game is about to start soon. It has not started yet, at least for me. Um, Let me just check the live over here. Oh, let's chill. Okay. Just drop my like for myself and I'll edit the description. Brazil has 8 different players from the last game. 8. And as far as I know, Brazil has never lost to Japan. They've only lost to one Asian team in entire history. I don't know who. I just heard the fact. So pretty interesting, pretty interesting. Okay, let's take a look at Japan's Suzuki, which everybody knows. Everybody knows him. I think he's still playing in Italy, right? Yeah, for Parma, yeah. Zion, I think he's American as well, right? Uh, Taniguchi, I don't know him. Where he plays? Oh, he plays in Truidense. I'd say it's apparently it's Belgian team. Okay. Watanabe we know. Good old Watanabe. Zuki Kubo, Sano, Kamada, Nakamura, Minamino, Doan, Ueda. Endo is injured or something? I think Endo is injured, right? Where's Endo? Okay, no Endo, so no problem. Well, as far as this is pretty chill for Brazil, I think. I mean, like they should win this game. It's not something very hard for them. Well, whew. They're on 1 minute of silence over here. Unfortunately I couldn't hear for who it was. But anyways, Carlo Ancelotti, the coach. Well, I want to see how Brazil will act with these three players right here, Martinelli, Vini Jr., and Luis Enrique, because I really liked what I've seen, what I saw on the last game with Rodrigo Esteban and Vini was a pretty interesting. Also with Matheus Cunha was a pretty interesting um, performance for the front four. They were always like rotating, especially Vini and Rodrigo rotating positionings, and Rodrigo going to the middle. Rodrigo dropping on the left to close on the back four on a four line. And the game has started over here. Brazil has the possession, starts the game with possession. Let me put over here on this one so you guys see right here. Share this tab. Yep, there you go. And what is this? Okay, no problem. No problemo, no problemo. I'll be here in the chat. I doubt that someone will pull up with me today, but let's see. Japan coming down the left side. Nakamura. Well, Japan is better than South Korea, especially offensively. So let's see how Brazil will act upon that fact, because Brazil's entire defense is completely new. They just kept Casemiro, Bruno Guimarães, and Vini Jr. Those are the only three players that started the last game. So the entire defense is new, and three offensive players are new. So will be really interesting to notice how Paquetá will work with Bruno and Casemiro, because he has a different dynamic than Cunha. Because I expect Paquetá to cover Cunha's position comparing to last game. So, well, let's see how they're starting the build-ups so far. On a back four with Casemiro and Bruno showing for play. Yeah, apparently it will be like a 4-2-1-3 instead of a 4-3-3 as we're used to see. Last game was a 4-2-4. Oh yeah, by the way, drop a comment. Let's chat. Ooh, drop a comment. Well, if you're Brazilian watching this, Vamos Brasil. If you're not Brazilian watching this, but you're supporting Brazil, I like you. If you don't support Brazil, I like you too. But stay here. Let's talk. Let's talk. Well, can I do this instead? Okay. Okay. Let's see like this. Yep. Brazil has never lost to Japan. 11 wins and 12 draws. The last game was 1-0 Brazil with a penalty by Neymar, scored by Neymar in 2022, right before the World Cup. I remember watching the game and Neymar, arriving in Japan and everybody on the airport. Neymaru, Neymaru, Neymaru. Well, apparently Japan is already a little bit smarter than South Korea because South Korea was just kamikaze, and I know kamikaze is a Japanese word, but South Korea was just throwing themselves into attack. You can see over here already that Japan is defending on a back five, something that South Korea was not doing at all because South Korea was trying to play like equals, dude. Like that's crazy. Now Japan, you see that they wait for Brazil. They're clearly set up on a 5-4-1 when defending. It's even hard for the wingers, for Brazil wingers to create with that and all the depth. Pretty interesting. Now Luis Enrique will be very important for this game because I think even though I think he's a great player at driving the ball with speed and space and all that, like Vinny. But I think Luis Enrique has capacity as well to break lines when the defense is set up and he has to dribble in short spaces. I think he's a guy who can do that. I think he's the one and the team right now, probably alongside Paquetá, who's a pretty good dribbler himself as well for those sort of situations. But Luis Enrique is a winger. Paquetá is more like he does dribble like that, but not to break lines. He's not the type of guy. He'll probably dribble like that to protect the ball, let's say. Well, 7 minutes so far, very balanced. Brazil hasn't had a chance to shoot, I guess. Japan got closer to the goal, maybe even got a touch in the box. If you follow me, you know that my favorite statistics is touches inside the box, because in my opinion, that means that you were able to hold the ball for longer, or for more times, let's say, um, inside the box, which is the most dangerous area for any team. So I'm a very supporter of the touches inside the box statistic. And I don't think Brazil hasn't even got a touch inside the box so far, and Japan probably already got. And if they don't, they got a really close possession to the box. So it's something good. for Japan, bad for Brazil, which is normal, I'd say. I wish I could see the same team that played against South Korea to play against Japan, but Ancelotti is looking for tests, and in my opinion, he should have done the test against South Korea, but he chose to do it against Japan instead, which is better than South Korea. But okay. Anyways, Martinelli. Ooh, I thought there was gonna be a goal, dude. Now Brazil finally gets a touch into their box. I was kind of lucky. Great positions for the second ball. Let's say Martinelli kind of cross or shot. I don't know. Kind of hard to tell. Mm, Weda and Fabrizio Bruno crash head. Yeah, kind of bad. Well, so far, I would say in the first 10 minutes, probably Brazil had the better chance, but Japan has been the best team so far. Nothing special, like nothing to be worried or like crazy about, but it's a fact in my opinion. Japan has been better in the first 10 minutes. Nothing much though. Brazil is holding possession so far. Next, in the first line of build up, they are not able so far to infiltrate with the wingers or the attackers in general. It's mostly the center backs and full backs trying to find passes into the wingers, but the wingers are completely blocked. Now there goes Brazil. They could penetrate in the first line, but Japan is already completely set up. Well, Japan is completely better than South Korea, at least in terms of defensive actions and choices. Completely. At this point, South Korea, every single pass back that Brazil did, South Korea was pushing high, and that would lead to gaps in their back. So far for Brazil, it's been so hard to penetrate Japan because Japan is always having the right balance, switching the players from side to side. Now Brazil is on a higher pressure right here. Japan goes for the long ball and they find the second touch. Oh, Weda was offside. Damn, that was far away. Damn, that was far away. Now Vini. Well, I don't know if it's Japan who's better defensively, or Brazil being poor in the build-up, or Brazil doesn't have the chemistry. Oh, Minamino was able to get the ball in between the lines. Really dangerous position for creation. Fortunately, he gave a pass to the left winger, Nakamura, and he just messed it up. So nice touch by Gabriel Martinelli to find Vinny. Trying to find spaces, but again, as I said, Vinny is not the best guy for those short dribblings. I would even rather have Rodrigo for that side. See, Japan is completely compact, really hard to infiltrate. You can barely find passes into their midfield zone. Brazil has only been able to find through balls in a rebound and into that zone, or passes into the wing. Brazil has not been able to touch the ball and to create chances through the middle of Japan. Really hard to tell. Yeah, Brazil's trying to go for the long balls. Well, this will probably be a very boring game if a goal doesn't come out soon. Mainly for Brazil's side, because Brazil is trying to play already. Japan, of course, they are not being dishonest or something. They're just playing their game, which is holding back, sitting back, and whenever they get the ball, they try to set up quickly into attack and score a goal with the last touches that they can get. But mm, well, a good thing that I see so far is that midfield for Brazil, when they have to play quick, they've been able to do so. Oh, nice ball. And Martinelli, pretty good so far into the striker position, moving around and being able to create a little bit of space. Really hard, really complicated, but he's been able to do so. At least 3 chances so far. Now Vini on a through ball for Martinelli. Let's see if he was offside. I don't think he was. Now Japan's trying to build up and hold a little bit of possession. Usually they try. Oh, what a ball! They try to go for a build up with the lowest number of passes that they can get to get close to the goal. As for Brazil, it's not that they're not trying to do the lowest number of passes they can. It's just that they have to you know run the ball around a little bit more. Now Japan. 20 minutes have gone past, and so far, let me take a look at the statistics. Sorry, bro, it's 4 a.m. now for me. Oh, Japan just had the best chance of the game so far. Let's see if offside. Dude. So close. Japan almost scored, and dude. Well, Japan better so far. I mean, like, it's clear. It's clear, clear, clear. Completely clear. It's really hard for Brazil to enter their defense, dude. Like, Japan is really good at being that compact. And when they have the chance to pull a counter attack, they do it. Well, you see, Brazil is holding possession into Japan's half, and Japan is not even pushing, like it's not trying to press at all. They wait for Brazil to try to go in, and then they go after the ball. Let's see now. Japan is on a little bit of a higher block, not as compact as they were being. Brazil may be able. Now they're back on a 4-5 line, one striker. Yeah. Now they're back to the compact form. Oh, dude, what? Oh my God, what a golazo, man! Holy shit! Damn, dude. That was a pretty good goal. Brazil was really good right now on the overlap. Let's see. I want to see the replay again. That was a pretty good goal, dude. Honestly. The way that they worked the ball into the box, attracting the Japan's players for those bouncy pass. Awesome, dude. And one more assist for Bruno, right? Well, good thing, as I said, this game would be so boring if Brazil didn't score first and soon. Because now Japan may try to go, for a little bit of a counter press. They might try to push a little bit harder offensively and also to get the ball in a more dangerous zone of the field instead of always getting the ball far back. Well, freaking golazo. Awesome, dude. And good for the game as well. Game was needing some fleshy moments like that. Well, something that we've been able to see so far in this game is Japan was sitting back. That's it. Over here is Japan, right? Japan right here, Brazil right here. Japan was sitting so far back into the zone right here. Most of their players were like right in the zone. And it was just so hard for Brazil to penetrate right here. They were always getting the ball into this side right here with Vini, into the side with Luis Henrique. Gabriel Martinelli was sometimes able to get the ball right by the line over here in an offside position close to it, trying to get a second touch or something like that. But it was really hard for Brazil to infiltrate. And Brazil was able to go through this part right here. Let me go with some blue. Um, like this, let's say. Yeah. Oh no, no, not this one, this one. Brazil was able to work the ball around here, get the ball here, get it here, pass it back, boom, get it here, goal. So Brazil had a pretty good work over here with overlaps from the right back, Paulo Henrique, who could find an opening, actually, who could make an opening through these passes. I think it was Bruno Guimarães who gave the assist. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know who worked the ball with them. I think it was Paquetá. Uh, it was a really solid go, dude, because it was not a cross. Like in these types of situation, the most obvious play would be a cross. You know, oh, what a ball by Paquetá, and Martinelli scores, but I think it was offside. Oh, it was a goal. Woo! Another goal. Let me even change right here. Where is it? Right here. No. Oh, this will work. Let me see. Let me see the goal. Carlos Augusto. Vini is showing Brazil was able to work the ball into the area. Yeah, that was completely legal. Paquetá. Yeah. Pretty good, dude. 2 goals by Brazil. Able to work the ball in. Really good things to see, man. Really good things to see. Awesome, dude. Dude, I'm really impressed. Really impressed. And over here, the ball came from Vini to Paquetá, who passed to Martinelli, pass it to the goal. Dude, this is really good. This is really, really, really good. Two goals working into this area over here, which has been completely compact and short in spaces. And both goals were created based on teamwork and ball playing. It was not like like a ball coming from this side and second ball and pound and a goal. Like it was not like that. It was something really worked around. Like something that really, really we don't see very often. Um, when winning games like this, unless it's a team that's completely dominant and something like that, which was not the case. Like Brazil was not able to dominate the game from minute one. Really, really, really good to see. Really good to see. I'm loving it so far, honestly. Now Japan is going up, pushing a little bit higher on the field, trying to get the ball in a position. Now that means that Brazil will just score more goals, honestly. Dude, this is really good. Now Japan is trying to play a little bit more. They're trying to push a little bit harder. Let's see. Now Brazil goes for the counterattack. That's something they're really good at. Now Japan is holding offensive possession. Brazil goes for the counterattack again, but completely slow into transition. Hmm. See Brazil trying to do the pressing after and they get the ball. Really good, Vinny. Oh, Luis Enrique took it too long. Casemiro probably go, yeah, for reserves. Trying to pull it to the other side. Let's see how they're gonna do. They're switching it. This will likely end in the cross. I don't think so, actually. So far, Brazil, I don't think they even had a cross. Could be. Let me check the statistics over here because it's really good to see 2-0 in a game where Japan was holding really down, like in a low block, really compact, short spaces to work the ball to penetrate into Japan, and Brazil was able to score 2 goals that didn't involve crosses or fighting for the second ball or something like that. For fighting for the rebound or something. Let me see. Attack, big chances, accurate passes. I'm looking for throw ins. Well, yeah, Brazil has one cross attempt, which is something really cool, man. That is a foul. Mm. Okay. Well, end of the first half. Let's go for our let's go for our analysis over here. Well, 2-0 for Brazil. Brazil has more ball possession, one less big chance. And honestly, big chances will be hard because Brazil is having to create chances and score in low XG chances. So it's really hard for Brazil to have those clear chances at sight, you know? Give me just a second to mute the game. Yep. Well, 3 free kicks to 4, 3 shots to 5. Japan is in green, just to let you guys know, which is weird, right? Brazil usually green and Japan is blue color. But anyways, accurate passes, Brazil has more. Throw-ins, Japan. Passes in the final third. And let me see where the touches inside the box, as I said. Where the touches inside the box, dude? Like, yeah, touches in opposition box. 7 for Brazil, 11 for Japan. It is, as I said, I feel like Japan was able, before the goals, to have more touches into the box. Brazil created those chances really good, considering the way that Japan is playing. And that leads me to this side right here. Let me put this over here so I can share this. Well, as I draw over here, those blue lines are the way the Brazil score their goals. Let me even add something like, I don't know. Anyways, those were the goals for Brazil. Here's the first goal on a 1-2 made by Brazil with the fullback overlapping, pulling up inside the box after a pass by Bruno Guimarães and finding a nice Trivela finish. Same over here. Vini worked the ball to Paquetá, who worked the ball into the box in a chip or a scoop for Martinelli onside. And Martinelli found a left shot finish really good. And that was a really good thing for Brazil because basically for like 30 minutes, Japan just sit back like this, not deep into the box. They were not deep into the box, but they were holding a line right here, right in front of the box, and being really compact with it. It was really hard for Brazil because, you know, Brazil is only able to get the ball really here in those areas right here. Let me even mark them. Let me put them in yellow, and I'll go like this. Brazil, okay, there you go. Sorry. Try again. Okay, no, one back. No, I missed the. Hold up, I never used this, guys. I'm sorry. There you go. Like this. Like this. Well, anyways, let me do this over again. Let me do this all over again. Well, Japan was really protecting this area right here. Japan was protecting this area right here. Completely compact outside the box, really at the tip of the box, honestly. Probably avoiding penalties or something like that. And they were able to do that for like 20 minutes. Let me even check what minute the goal, I think was like, 26 minutes. They were able to hold that for 25 minutes until Brazil was able to hold the ball into these two areas right here. These were the only ones, the only areas Brazil could work the ball. It was really hard for them because Brazil was holding possession really all around here, you know, like this was all area dominated by Brazil. And Japan was sitting back and trying to pull counterattacks after they got the ball, you know. You would get the ball, try to come over here from the middle, you know, straight lines, and, you know, trying to come as far as they can, working the ball all around, usually pulling to the left side where oh, I didn't know you could do this. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Really good. Trying to work the ball into these two areas right here, which is something really uncommon. Let's see right here. Well, anyways, trying to work the ball into these two areas right here because for them, it was really, really, really hard to hold possession against Brazil. So we just hit 1 hour. Let's go. It's a really good thing to see that Brazil was able to work all around that and create chances coming from these zones right here. These zones for Brazil were the generation of all the goals. So, anyways, so far for the analysis, this Brazil able to hold possession, work through balls, really good, and pretty good goals. Let's go for our football 11 as always. I'm talking nonsense, honestly, because, well, there's a sense on what I'm saying, but I'm talking nonsense because I'm really, really, really low on energy right here. But it's 4:30 a.m. Well, I played good old football top 11. Clean sheets, okay. Mendy, Ederson, and Alisson, Dibu. Not Elimia. Courtois. Summer, no. Burke. Not the Brazilian goalkeeper. Okay. Italian goalkeeper. Trubin, yeah. Marquezine. I would never get Marquezine. I would never get Trubin. Probably Trubin is the one that I remember the most over here, but I'll never get him too. Easy. Well, I love it because there are many Spanish teams, so that will be easy for me. We go with Suarez for Liverpool, then Griezmann, then Llorente, and we're over here with the Spanish. Go Kessié. Oh yeah, he played for Milan, not for Inter. Well, Inter and Barcelona. There's midfielders, pretty sure. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter. Ronaldo. Barcelona, Inter. I'm thinking of Milan players always, dude. Who else? Liverpool and Tottenham. What else? I can't think, dude. I literally cannot think. Too tired. Bro, this shit must be. Can I put Ronaldo again? No. Bro. Inter and Barca. Figo? Inter and Liverpool. Coutinho. Not fucking Tottenham, dude. Now, Liverpool, dude. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Keane. Fucking hell. Oh, the game is back. Share this over here. No changes for second half. Bro, I'm really sleepy. I'm leaving a message for whoever joins because I'm really, really, I'm not. I mean, like, I'm on the mood to watch the game, but I'm not on the mood to be talking all the time, dude. But, anyways, even more so talking about myself. Bro, Fabrício Bruno, the fuck? Now, all of a sudden, the game's become dangerous for Brazil. The fuck, bro? That was a funny ass goal, man. Dude, that was a horrible, horrible failure by Fabrizio Bruno, honestly. Seven changes. Rodrigo Cunha, Joelinton, Martinelli out. I assume Vini out as well, and Paqueta. Bruno. Oh, dude, I don't like him taking off Bruno, man. I like Rodrigo is in because 2 goals less game, high moral, and he is. Rodrigo is a short dribbling type of player. Well, right now, honestly, Japan is not sitting as far back as they were in the beginning of the game, so I don't see I don't see Rodrigo doing what I thought he would need to do. Because at the beginning of the game, I was like, dude, we should have started with Rodrigo instead of Vinny for the situation that we were expecting. It was obvious that Japan was gonna sit far back. Um, And Vini is not the type of player to break those lines, like in short spaces. He's the type of guy that would run in a counter attack or, put the ball forward and run after it. Rodrigo is the type of player that will do short dribbling, the futsal dribbling. So right now he's in. I don't like Bruno Guimaraes out because he was really the mind of the midfield, and Joelinton is not that type of player. So hopefully the creativity doesn't die right there. Hopefully Casemiro is able to keep up as well. Well, nice. Luis Enrique into the box. Oh, okay. Brazil has possession. Japan seems to be a little bit more organized in comparison to how they were playing in the first half. But Brazil is out of touch as well. I see like the Casemiro sometimes missing some touches. I'm really worried how we're gonna build up without Bruno. Now Japan is pushing a little bit higher up the field, something that we didn't see for 30 minutes, like in the first half. Now Japan is pressing, and when they did press, they scored a goal. I mean, like Fabricio Bruno just gave up the goal over there, falling down like a bit. But anyways, let's keep up. And Kubo is out, so it's a good thing because Kubo was really dancing on the Carlos Augusto. Okay, now Joelinton showing up a little. Rodrigo is really like far wide, like by the sideline, honestly. Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique hasn't been able to do much. Oh, what a ball by Paqueta. What a ball by Paqueta. Yeah, I forgot we still got Paqueta. Yeah, I forgot about that. He's a good build-up player. Really good build-up player, yeah. Bro, dude, at West Ham, such a cool player over there, dude. West Ham being so shit this season, but Paqueta being saving his ass. He's so good. Now Japan on the right side. Two and two. And Fabrizio Bruno scored a own goal. Dude. Fabrizio Bruno, what the hell are you doing, man? It was 2-0, dude. Brazil was like chilling. Oh my god, dude. And I like Fabrizio Bruno, honestly. He's a good center back, but what the hell, dude? I mean, I won't say the second goal he gave it up, but he could have done a better movement with his leg to, take the ball out. I'm not gonna say it was an easy save. It was not an easy save, but he could have saved that. No, the first goal is just crazy. He just gave it up. Now 2-2. Brazil doesn't have Bruno Guimarães in the middle. Doesn't have Bruno Guimarães to do the build up. And he was being the guy for those plays. So let's hope Brazil can find their way back. Honestly, at this point, I would just put Stevão on Luis Henrique because Luis Henrique he's a great player. Most of the times he's on the field, like he's able to be like a super like active player, but so far he has not been able to do that. And I've seen like 2 or 3 touches already where he could have had a better control of the ball, and he just didn't have it. I'd go for Estevão right now. And even bringing Douglas Santos for Carlos Augusto, because Carlos Augusto is just like freaking ass right now. Dude, Fabrizio Bruno, man. It's crazy. Now comes Japan into the box. Dude, Brazil just died. Brazil just died. Please bring in Estevão. Let's go. Oh, dude, offside. See? Hell offside, yeah. Yeah, we're just completely lost right now, dude. I mean, there's no oh, there's no like tactical issues, I would say. Probably the second goal there was a little, but like Japan is back in the game because of Fabrício Bruno, man. Bro, crossbar. Japan really hit a crossbars right now. That is crazy. Yo, hold up. Let me do my notes. I even forgot, man. Goal. Ugu, dude. Yep. They are really cooked, dude. I mean, everything started on individual mistake by Fabrizio Bruno, and then after Brazil started to get pressed, they just gave up positions, and Japan was able to hold possession onto the field. You know. Oh, dude, he's bringing in for Charlieson, dude. Richarlison. I mean, Richarlison's not the guy that we need right now, but try, you know. For me, it doesn't make any sense having Richarlison right now. But let's see what will happen. You know, if we were to have Richarlison, it had to be when they were closed down into a low block. But anyways, Brazil's completely lost right now. What the hell? Well, well, I didn't like I don't like nothing, almost nothing that's happening. I don't like nothing that happened new. Nothing new that happened on the second half. Japan coming up with another subs. Two more guys. Who? Let me see. Henry Mochizuki. I don't like a single thing from Brazil in the second half. Talking about things that were added in the second half. I still think like some associated plays, 1-2 quick passing is still good. But after Bruno went out, Bruno Guimarães, Brazil was just not able to create into the box as often. Well, good to see the Brazil still keeps trying to build up. Dangerous. He did really good dribbling right there. corner for Brazil right now? Well, they held possession for at least a minute right there. Well, for the first time ever, Japan defeats Brazil. Wow, dude, honestly, I'm not even mad at the team because what Fabricio Bruno did was just wild. Of course, like at this level of football, professionally, the team cannot die like that after a mistake that was bizarre, but still a team cannot die like that after a mistake like that. Anyways, I don't think there's even much analysis on numbers and stuff like that because Japan for the first 20 minutes, let's say 15 minutes, was the better team. Then Brazil dominated the rest of the second half. Then Brazil was pretty good like throughout the first half, the first minutes of the first half and all that. And then by the 70th minute, when Japan scored, they took over the game and Brazil came back to be the better team. Um, After Japan scored the third goal, uh, in the last 10 minutes, let's say Brazil was a little bit better because, Japan was winning, so they would hold back. So overall, I would say this was a great test for Brazil. I think it's a good defeat to happen for the moral, like for Brazil to understand what they have to do. But overall, as a team, Brazil showed good things in the first half, mainly on building up against a setback defense, a really drop back defense, So Fabricio Bruno, man, you just gave it all, man. You just gave it up all. Gave it all up. Anyways, that was it for today, guys. 3-2. Japan defeats Brazil for the first time. Congratulations to Japan. They have a really good team. I mean, like, honestly, this was a game for Brazil to win. But then after Fabricio Bruno messed it up, Japan just took over the game and Brazil completely fell down emotionally. I know a bunch of subs, completely a B team. Not completely, but like only three guys started. Only three starters started the game. So, well, that happens. Anyways, hope you guys have a good night or a good day, actually, right? Right now it's 5:30 a.m. I'll go to sleep. Anyways, peace out. Oh yeah, by the way, let me see what we got for the following games. I won't guarantee that I'll be on in the morning. Probably won't. We got Spain, Bulgaria, Portugal, Hungary, England, England, and Latvia. Well, I don't know what I will watch soon, but definitely Brazil and Japan was an interesting game. Yeah, as we can see over here, it's exactly what I say for the momentum. Brazil was the better team overall in the first half. Then the second half, Japan dominated after they could score the first goal. Then Brazil kind of dominated by the final again because Japan scored the goals, so they would set back and drop back to try to hold the win. So fair win for Japan. Fabricio Bruno messed it up, dude. Like the hell, man. Oh my god, look at this dude. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Come on, man. And you know what? I'll be honest. I'm not mad because friendlies and all that. Brazil was playing with the B team. We just have like Casemiro, Guimarães, and Vini Jr. as starters. So I'm not gonna say it's normal. Shouldn't be normal, and it is not normal to lose a game like that, especially the way that the team got completely destroyed mentally after the first goal. And Fabricio Bruno, bro, that was literally like Andreas Pereira, the player that played for Fulham. Then he played for Flamengo before, and right now he's at Palmeiras. It was exactly like Andres Pereira in the Libertadores final for, I think it was in 2022. Anyways, that was totally messed up, dude. Fabricio Bruno, man, what the hell are you doing, dude? What the hell were you doing? I mean, like, honestly, I was kind of chill with him in the first half. He was like pretty decent, you know. Something as well. I'm not a critical, so I'm trying to avoid to say a lot of shit over here because I don't I'm not the type of person. But Hugo Souza as well did the third goal. A header like on his chest. He got all messed up with his arms, and he kind of you know spread the ball around with weird taps and shit. So, anyways, that was it. Peace out, guys. I'll see you guys. I don't even know. Probably tomorrow. Well, we won't be having any games until the weekend, so I'm assuming I'll just be back by the weekend. I'm not sure. I hope so. Anyways, peace out, guys. Thanks so much for everybody who pulled up over there. And this is it.